Perfect. Everyone can hear me. Fantastic. All right, guys. So today's webinar, we are going to discuss, actually, we're going to update the trade tracker, and I'm going to send you a link to that. And then I'm going to show you how to, and I'm going to send you the files to the backtesting. I'm going to show you where to put them, how to upload them, and how to use the trade tracker to adjust the times on your chart, because they will try to automatically adjust, but because of daylight savings time, and you're going to see that daylight savings time is a bit of a problem, especially in the difference in between Europe and the States. Give me 2 seconds. I'll just grab that link. And I'll drop it in the room. Okay, did everyone get the link in the chat? Good. Okay, so click on that link. I'm actually going to do this with you just to, and I'm have to go incognito here. Okay, so drop in the Dropbox. Link pops up. You click the download in the top right corner and direct download. Then it's not dangerous and you keep. Okay, then you go to your NinjaTrader Control Center. So I'll just bring that over as well, make it easier. NinjaTrader Control Center, Tools, Import, NinjaScript add-on. And obviously this takes a while because I'm screen sharing as well. Oh, I might not have clicked it. Oh, there it is. Okay, and then you just import it from the downloads folder. It's either in your downloads folder or yes, Bob. Yeah, you do need to install it. Bob said he already has the trade tracker. Does he need to update it? Yes, you do need to update it. We added the features of +1 hour and -1 hour, and I'll show you how to work with those. Okay. So once that's done importing, can you just write in the chat and we'll move on from there. In the meantime, I'm going to upload. Never done this before, so this might take a while. I'm going to upload the files with the backtesting to this, to the meeting, to the webinar. So, invite attendees. No, let me grab the window back up. So you see this, you don't need to download the first 2 files. You go to the top right corner, you click the download button and then direct download, and it downloads the entire zip file. Did you get that, John? Okay, perfect. And then you import the entire zip file. If you guys have any questions along the way, feel free to ask them. Yes. Yes, it'll overwrite whatever you have. If you've already got it installed, it'll override whatever you have. Okay, so for some reason I can't send the backtesting through the webinar, so I'm going to do the Dropbox link again. I'm just going to create that. It's going to take about 2 minutes. Okay, so I just created the link for the backtest. The backtesting folder is this one, and I'm going to send you. Hi, boss. No, boss, we're not going to have another 14-day offer, so at least not just yet, not in the near future. We did this just for the launch with NinjaTrader, and that's pretty much it. This was a special one-time only offer. Guys, I just sent you the Dropbox link to the backtest. Again, same thing. Boss, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask them. I just keep talking so there's no silence. Click the download, direct download again. Then I'm using Chrome, so it's very easy for me. I have the show and folder option, which lets me see it in its folder. And please excuse everything that I have in here. Then you open up the zip file. I'm sorry, did everyone get to this point, or am I going too fast? Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm just going to continue. So you grab all these XML files, right? You grab all these, you copy them, right click and copy. And then you go to your folder, and I'm going to show you. So you go to NinjaTrader 8, then ETP. If you don't have the ETP folder, please create it. So to create a folder, just right click, new folder, and you got to make sure it's capital E, capital T, capital P. Then inside of the ETP folder, you need to either have a TT folder, or you need to create the TT folder, capital T, capital T. Then inside of the TT, which is the trade tracker folder, you need to create the background folder if you don't already have it. So capital B, capital G. Raymond, don't. Raymond said he had an NinjaScript error message. Was that after the install, or was it the install that caused it? Because if it's the install that caused it, I might need to log into your computer after we finish here and actually do the install for you. Then inside of the background folder, just paste the XML documents in here. So these four, right click, copy files, and then inside of the background folder, right click and paste. Now I'm not going to override these because I've already got them in here. Okay, try to follow along, Raymond. If you want to do a clean reinstall, that's up to you really, but try to follow along if not, and I'll try to log in and get it installed for you, okay? Perfect. All right, so does everyone have the XML documents in the folders? Perfect. That's one yes. Everyone else? Okay, Ron, if you need me to repeat anything, just let me know. If you're not okay on any of the install instructions. Sure, Bob. No problems. Okay, so once you have them in this folder, now we're going to talk about the issue that we're going to see because of daylight savings time. So now we just close everything out. I'm going to close this. All right, so now that we have it on the chart, you have to create a new chart, and we're going to use the ES0618 for today. I hope everyone can bring that up. And the 1500 tick chart. In here, we've put in the indicators, Ray trend, and the trade tracker itself. You're going to get the MACD cross later today, and the updates to the RayTrader that we spoke about, that's going to be tomorrow. Okay, so once you have the Ray trend and the trade tracker, so Ray trend with a setting of 48, and obviously the colors you tailor to whatever you feel is best. Then the trade tracker. With the trade tracker, we have these settings. We have a commission of $5. We have a starting equity of 10,000. And what's very, very important is adjusters, show adjuster buttons. That's very important. This is what we just added right now. Okay, so these adjuster buttons, what they do, so when you have your backtesting on the chart, all you have to do is click the drop-down menu, and right now you're set to old backtest. Right, when you put it on the chart, you're actually set to old backtest. To select our backtest, it's the SL_1_P. So once you select that, and obviously that's really up to you if you want to save the old backtest or not. Click yes. Then Hello, can you guys hear me now? A good one, Ron. Yes, I did pay my bill, but for some reason, everything just screwed up. Okay, perfect. Is there a chart template or workspace? We're going to send the workspace. We actually had some issues with it. We tried sending the workspace in between 3 of our computers, and the lines actually don't show up. They don't adjust with time. So we can send you the, so we will send you the workspace, but the lines will not line up. It's just going to be the backtesting. George, no, this trade tracker is not different from the paid. Actually, it is different because we added the 2 new buttons. So it's actually an upgrade to the trade tracker that you already have. And I'm just getting screen sharing back up right now, guys. Give me half a minute. Okay, so did everyone get up on ES whatever from 0618, 0318, 0319, sorry, 0918, 1218? Does everyone have a chart up that has the proper backtesting on it? And then I'm going to repeat what the issue was and how to fix it. No one has a chart up? Okay, perfect. Okay, so basically, you put, you might have, even when putting even when uploading our backtesting, if you're not in the central US timeframe, you're probably going to get these adjusted like this sort of thing, where there's an entry just in the middle of nowhere. If this happens to you, it's either +1 hour or -1 hour. It depends. Right now, this is +1 hour, and you can tell by, and I'll show you how to tell that. Okay, so if this has happened to you after putting your yours says 0, not 619. Yes, this is the back testing. That's why John said that I'm using 0618, not 0619. Yes, this is the back testing. That's why I'm using the 0618 chart, not 19. We're going through the back testing today. To get that chart, go to your control center, open up a new chart, and I'll show you how to do that just quickly. So, new chart, ES 0618, hit enter. And then you choose the tick and 1500. And what I do, that's very important because this contract actually expired on the 7th of the 6th. So on 7th of June. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab 2018, June 7th. Actually, we're just going to go through until the 8th. And then we load 95 days back. Right? And then you click OK. And my chart just loaded. And I've got a black background, so you guys might not be able to see it properly, but okay. John, was that clear on how to get the chart? Okay, perfect. And I'm going to type inside of the trading plan that you guys will get tomorrow or today. I don't remember exactly when we set that. Inside of the trading plan, when you guys get the trading plan, I'm going to actually write in the dates for the back testing. So when each contract was and what its availability was. So you guys are good with your back testing as well, so you can see it. Okay, so if you get this sort of issue, back on track now, if you get this sort of issue where your entries are not lined up to price, obviously they're in the middle of nowhere. So what you need to do is you need to click the, let's just click it in this case, -1 hour once, right click and reload NinjaScript, or just hit F5 on your keyboard. And as you can see, they actually line up perfectly now. If that doesn't line it up, go +1, right click, reload NinjaScript, and then +1, right click, and reload NinjaScript. And obviously that don't line up in there. So I'm gonna have to go -1, -1, and then reload NinjaScript. Did everyone get that? Ryan got it, perfect. You need to load the trade tracker indicator. So on the chart, we have Ray Trend and the trade tracker. And the trade tracker has these settings, but the most important one is show adjusted buttons, adjuster buttons. You have to have that ticked so you're able to adjust plus or minus, okay? Okay, do you guys have any questions about this process? I know it's very elaborate, but yeah, this is what happens when we have to keep adjusting for daylight savings time. Did you click the adjuster setting? John said he doesn't have the +1 hour, -1 hour buttons. Trade tracker, did you tick this box? Adjusters, show adjuster buttons. It's right underneath menu button color, which is white. Okay, they're there. Okay, perfect. All right, so any other questions about this process? We're actually going to go through and I'm going to show you guys some back testing, about a month of back testing that we did, and so you guys understand what's going on. And we'll run, because I think a repetition is the mother of all skill, and yeah, it's always best to run through it as many times as possible. I see that offer is typing, that's why I'm not moving forward. Yes, offer. All trades are manually identified. Were manually identified. Cool. So we had so everyone's set up, and those that aren't, they're going to get set up later, but everyone okay with moving forward? Okay, good. Right now, the calendar date that I'm showing is 13th of the 3rd, 2018. That's the very first trade of this contract. Cool. All right, so we first drew a trend line off these highs. Then we had two entries here, one that lost and one that won. We started off the contract very well with a loss. All right, so price came up, broke above the trend line. There were 3 bars that actually stayed above the trend line, closed back below it, gave us an entry signal on the MACD cross right above here. It was the MACD cross and the trend line cross. Very important. We are not inside of the midband. We bought, price came back, nipped us out. Our stop loss was 4 ticks below the signal candle. And this was the signal candle right here. Okay, then price came back down, touched our trend line again. And this was, so basically the entire process was just literally omitting this. So trend line broke above, stayed above for at least 3 bars, came back down, and we got a cross right here with a green candle, stop loss 4 ticks below the low of the signal candle. And this one hit our target one and came back and stopped us out for break even. If you guys have any questions along the way about the trades, write them in, and I'll try to, after I finish explaining any trades, I'll stop for a couple of seconds and see if you guys actually wrote anything in the chat, okay? Okay, so trend line drawn, price broke away, 3 candles, came back, touched it. We were already short, and we just entered on this one. So see, this candle didn't actually touch the trend line. This one just nipped it, and we entered here. Okay, so this trade actually went target 1, target 2, and target 3, all within a very short period of time. So let's just do, it was 17 minutes for 7.5 points. Just very good, in my opinion. As we saw last time, I showed you guys the statistics. The average time in trade is somewhere around 20 minutes. So you're in and out very quickly. The trend line, what we're trying to do is we're trying to grab as many lows as possible. So if we would have started the trend line, and I drew lines because they kind of screw up everything in the future. So we had actually multiple trend lines for this entry, and we're going to discuss that obviously in the course. So we drew one trend line here, but then these 2 lows created a new trend line point. So that's why we drew it from here. Okay. Actually, that's more like that. Okay, cool. All right. Now, where's another trade? And obviously, these sort of situations where price comes down, where you don't see trades, it's because they're doing this sort of thing, you know, like this trend line or something like this trend line. You know, they didn't actually show up any trades, so there was no point in having all these drawn in here. Okay, so this trend line. Actually, this was, I deleted the wrong trend line. That was my bad. It was actually this big trend line here where price came down, broke above, and then we bought here. We didn't buy here because the MACD was actually underneath the MACD was actually underneath the average. for the entire time. So this kind of saved us one sure loss. And in this trade, we entered here on the cross. We bought here, stop loss 4 ticks below the low. And as you can see, this candle was 2 ticks. The entire candle was 2 ticks from the entry to the low. So our entire stop loss was 6 ticks, so that we're still good. And we hit our first target, came back, hit us, stopped us out for break even, and then the market just ripped in our favor. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, hit me up. Okay, so we drew the trend line off these highs, and as you can see, we tried to connect as many dots as possible. And then price broke above the trend line, stayed above it for a while, came back, and it flipped up. Now, we got a cross, we entered, we put our stop loss underneath the low, which was, again, 4 ticks. Was 2 ticks the entire candle? Yeah, something like that. Or was it an entire point? No, it was an entire point. And then price came back down and hit us, stopped us out. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. So this day we didn't have any trades at all. It's just a dead day. So as you can see, there's just nothing really concrete here. Oh, okay, sure. So this one was on the 15th of March. This trade was on the 15th of March. And the next trades actually skipped my birthday, which is the 16th of March. And we went straight into the 17th. Now this one's going to be an interesting day. So this is what happens with counter trend systems when you're in a trending market. So first line that we drew was from these highs, and we connected this high to this high, and we drew the trend line, which gave us this trend line right here. So this was on the 19th of March 2018. So yeah, that's 17th was apparently a weekend. Then price came down, touched it, bounced a little bit off it, and then we waited for the cross. Now the cross happened here. And the cross happened here. All right. Price, we put our stop loss 4 ticks below the signal candle. Our target was a 1-to-1. Price came up, hit our target, came back down, stopped us out for break even. Offer, how do you load the back test? So to load the back test, I sent you the second link. Did you download the back test from the... Yes, perfect. All right, so if you've downloaded the back test, right, which is this one, you open the zip file up, you grab these 4 files, and I'm going to power through this, so pay attention quickly. You grab these 4 files, you copy files to clipboard, or just copy them. Then go to your documents, NinjaTrader 8. Inside of NinjaTrader 8, if you don't have an ETP folder, you need to create it, and it has to be exactly capital E, capital T, capital P. Inside of the ETP folder, if you don't have a TT folder, you need to create the capital T folder. Inside of the capital T folder, if you don't have a capital B, capital G folder, which is a background, if you don't have this folder, you need to create that. And all the back tests need to go inside of the BG folder. Did you get that? If you get stuck somewhere, just let me know, okay? And I'll go through this quickly. Okay, so where were we? Yep, we entered this trade, price came up, hit our first target, and then stopped us out for break even. Then the trend continues, and the trend is down. We also found another trend line, which is from these tops right here, where, as you can see, it actually connected three different tops. I'm going to draw this over the previous. So as you can see, it actually connected multiple tops, like three different tops, which made this a better trend line than the one before. But we trade what we see, not what we want. So price broke away from the trend line, came back, touched the trend line, broke above it, we got across, we entered here, and it hit our target one, and it came back and stopped us out for break even. So this kind of starting to look like a trend. This is why I said that our target one, once we hit it, we move our stop loss to break even, because since this is a counter trend system, and I said this yesterday, this is a counter trend system, so we need to cover our open position profit, because you're not banking on hitting all three targets. What you're banking on is a scalper, and then, you know, if you get a bonus and the market does a deeper retracement, or it just turns on a dime, then sure, thank you, give us target 2 and target 3. But if not, we'll just take what we can get. We take target 1 out of the market, and that's it. We move our stop loss to break even. If we get stopped out, it happens. And as you can see, this is why I keep harping on not entering when the entry candle or the signal candle actually closes within the mid band. You see these shallow retracements? Well, these shallow retracements, where do they stop? In the mid band. Where do they stop? In the mid band. Where do they stop? In the mid band. So, and I do sound like a broken record, but you have to do that from time to time. If they stop in the mid band, then there's no point in actually entering from the mid band, because you're just going to end up losing that trade. Okay, so moving forward. If you have any questions, again, write them in. I'm here. Okay, so again, from the same trend line, we broke away again. We pushed it down. So we're still banking on a retracement or a turn. We pushed it down, and then the moment we had the cross of the trend line, we also had the cross of the MACD. We entered the trade, hit our target 1, came back and stopped us out for break even. So as you see, if we didn't move our target, our stop loss to break even after we hit our target 1, you can see that we would have had 3 losing trades, period, just back to back, bam, bam, bam. Then again, from the same trend line, broke away, came back down, pushed the bottom band down, closed below it, closed above it, got across, bought here, and as you can see, we entered very close to the mid band. But the market had had enough and actually gave us this target 1, target 2, and potentially a target 3 win. There we go. Thanks, boss. Have an awesome rest of your day. So as you can see, we entered 4 different trades on just this downtrend. We hit 3 different target 1s, and then on the last trade where it actually had a deeper retracement, excuse me, I need to clear my throat. Okay, much or not. And I hope that's better. Yep, that's better. Okay, so and on the last trade where it had a deeper retracement, we actually took target 1, target 2, and target 3 out. All right, this is the 20th, John. So we're on March 20th. So we drew the trend line again, connecting as many highs as possible. Then again, we waited for a break above the trend line, and we said it has to retrace at least to the mid band. So in this sort of scenario, if it didn't push the top band up, we're still good, right? This was just a deeper retracement. Price came back down into the lower band, and gave us a buy signal here. Obviously, we entered. Obviously, we lost. And then, oh, and this is when time changed. Then we had another entry signal from here. All these backtesting, and you're going to see very soon because I'll show you very soon. All this backtesting was done on a machine that was using the Eastern European time. Now, this adjusts automatically, but there is a difference. If you're in the States, there is a difference in between the moment that the European clocks move forward or backward, so when you're adjusting for daylight savings, and when the States clocks move, when they adjust for daylight savings time. So you're going to see a discrepancy like on a few days or maybe even a week where your data is missing the rest of March, April, and May. Oh, so you only loaded you could only load the 3 days or whatever, a week that we tested? Okay, I'm going to try to export the data that I have, the one from the central US time frame, and I'm going to try to export that and send you guys the data so we can make sure that you have it. Cool? I'll take that as a yes. All right, so you're going to see a discrepancy in between the entry times and the exit times. So like this sort of scenario where our time frame, we are actually trading from 8:30 to 1, but 8:30 to 1 was actually because the US changed their time before the Europeans. So this entry was actually, we were actually trading from 8:30 to 2. So this would have been the second entry. So it would still be inside of the time. Next time we do this, we're definitely gonna not adjust for these times. Okay, now we're moving forward. So we had a couple of days with absolutely no trades at all. Just nothing. And this happens. There's going to be moments where this, on average, in between the year period, you have about 1 trade per day. So obviously, as you saw, we had a day where we had 4 trades consecutive. That's going to take us out of a few other days of trading. So there's going to be days where you're just going to be sitting here staring at your chart and nothing happens. You're just going to be drawing lines like a madman or madwoman. And you're just not going to see any trades because there aren't. The market just doesn't give you the setup. And if it doesn't give you the setup, that's it. You don't need to trade. You don't always need to trade. Okay, so as we can see, we had another trend line. And the same issue with that we had previous. This still inside of the time. So this is the 23rd of the 3rd, 2018. We drew the trend line. We tried to connect as many lows as possible, broke away from the trend line, came back up, did a triple bottom from top, from what I can see. Then we closed down, we entered, and target 1, target 2, and target 3, all within a very short period of time, it seems like. Yeah, all within 11 minutes. So as I said, guys, quickly entered, quickly exited. At least when you're losing, at least you know you're losing quickly. And when you're winning, at least you know you're winning quickly. You don't have time to fiddle around and watch the trade and start crapping yourself because, oh my God, what's the trade doing? It's going a little bit against me. At least you know, bam, it's against you. Bam, it's in your favor, period. Okay, and this is what, as I said, this was the trades where you have to readjust them again, because now they changed the time. So this was still US, and then after this weekend, the Europeans changed their time, and obviously it screwed everything back up again. So we're going to have to reduce it by 1 hour and reload NinjaScript. There we go. That's great to hear, John. 26th of the 3rd. I'm not sure what broker you're using, John, but I think I'm using CQG. I made this account, so I think it's CQG. Or no, it's Rhythmic, my bad. So I'm using Rhythmic, and they actually allow me to have an entire year worth of data. I'm not sure what NinjaTrader CQG allows you to have. I think Ron's going to chime in on that because I see that he's typing. Okay, so if you see that the trades, as I said before, if you see that trades are in the middle of nowhere, adjust them. What do you mean you can't get the MACD? Oh, nice. Good on them. And that's for futures offer? Obviously, because CQG is for futures. Awesome. That's a good deal. 10 years, wow. Most people have to pay for that sort of data. I guess you're paying commission, so it kind of balances it out. Not showing on any chart. What do you mean the MACD? Can you please elaborate, Ron? Oh, I didn't send you the MACD cross indicator, not just yet. So you don't have that. That's what you're asking, I'm guessing? Oh, okay, yeah, that's what you're asking. Okay. All right, so we need to turn the right trend again back on. Drew the trend line. Bam, bam, bam. As many lows as possible. Broke away from the trend line, came back, pushed the top band up. Sure, offer, no problems. I can definitely log into your machine either later today or early tomorrow, and we'll figure this out, okay? If you don't have us on Skype, please add us to your Skype, and I'll show you that once we're done with the backtest. Breakaway, we got the cross, bam, entered, took our target one, and stopped us out for break even. Now, not all of the time does the stop out at break even is a good thing. So in this sort of scenario, this would have been an awesome target one, target two, and target three win. But you can't win them all. And I would rather protect my open position profit in trending days than catch one or two outlying winners. John, to adjust the lines, so if they're not right, let's just say I'm gonna screw up my lines just so you can see. Right, so my line's not right. The trade entry is way off, right? So you click the -1 hour or +1 hour button, you right click on your chart, you go reload NinjaScript, and they should be adjusted. Raymond, did you did you download the backtest? Okay, did you put the backtest in the ETP, TT, and BG folder? Okay. Did you right click and reload NinjaScript on your chart so that it re-grabs all the stuff inside of the folder? All the backtests inside of the folder. Did you own the trade tracker before? Ah, okay. Go to choose new save folder and make sure that you have the this PC, Documents, NinjaTrader 8, ETP, and TT folder selected, and then click OK. You must have changed your, at one point or another, you must have changed your backtesting folder, your saving backtesting folder. Do you have them now after selecting that and reloading? Okay, cool. Oh, okay, cool, offer. All right, so while Raymond's working on it, we move forward. We grab another trend line. Again, multiple touches. Breaks above, comes back below. And this break above, obviously it only broke above while we were inside of the mid-band, so that's why we didn't buy. So that's why we ignored this. Actually, no, we have to break above before that. So we broke above, came back down. We didn't get a MACD cross, broke below, came back up, got a MACD cross, entered very close to the mid-band, got stopped out. It happens. Then we didn't get another entry signal because this line extends all the way to the right, and our entry would have been right in the mid-band, and we don't do that. How many times did you click? Did you click the +1 and -1? Yeah. Okay. If that's happened, just because you don't know how many times you click, right? So they can be all the way into high heaven. What you could do is you take Trade Tracker off the chart, you remove it from the chart, you grab the backtesting that I sent you, right? And you copy that backtesting back into the Documents, NinjaTrader 8, ETP, TT, BG folder. Okay, and that way you replace the backtesting, and that way you can start fresh with prices with the trades a little closer. Okay. We're gonna build on this, and we're gonna create a more elegant way of actually seeing the trades adjust properly. This was brought to our attention because we do have an automatic adjustment. So if I send something from Europe to you guys, it automatically adjusts. But we saw that daylight savings didn't help us at all, so they never adjusted properly, and we didn't know that. So that's why we had to add the +1 hour and -1 hour, and those are going to be done a little bit more elegantly in the very near future. Okay. So at least you can see it when you're actually clicking it once. No, this is just really, I feel that adjusting for daylight savings time is very, with the trend lines, we're still working on that. We want to send you the entire workspace, but the trend lines don't actually adjust for time, which is very, very crap in our opinion. So the trend lines are always with the same start time and the same end time. So if I send you, if you're not in the central US time frame, and I send you my workspace, you're not going to see the trend lines anyway. They're going to be screwed in one direction or the other. So we really thought that we could send you guys the trend lines, but apparently they just don't want to. They don't want to do that properly. You should see the trades themselves, which is the entries, stops, and targets for the trade tracker. Okay. Okay, so again, broke away. My wife just said she might have an idea on how to program so that the lines automatically adjust. But that's going to be interesting. So we're going to explore that avenue before tomorrow, and maybe we can send you the entire workspace with the lines actually drawn. But again, we're going to have to explore that avenue. It might not be possible, so I don't want to get you guys' hopes up. Okay, so I think we went enough through the back testing. Basically, I want to explain the lines themselves. Now that we've got both of these right here. Yes, I mean the ray lines, yes, to automatically adjust to your time frame, or maybe just click the plus or minus 1 hour buttons to adjust those as well. I don't know. We'll try to find a way. That's all that I'm saying now. Okay, so so with the trade tracker, what I wanted to show you what the trade tracker actually is and how it works, so you understand how these trades were logged. And I'm going to log one trade just out of willy-nilly, I like that word, willy-nilly, so you guys can actually see how these trades were logged and what statistics you actually have. Yep. So, and I'll show you in just a second. Okay, so basically, and by the way, with these you can actually see the statistics, and I'll go into that in just a second. Okay, so the trades themselves have different lines. Now these lines can be adjusted. The color of the lines and the line thickness can be adjusted from here. So you've got long entry pen, you've got the color. Then if you have the line properties for the short entry, you have the line properties for the stop and each target separately. And you can adjust those to colors that you actually see on your chart. I actually enjoy the purple, especially it works perfect. Actually, pink works better on a black background. And yeah, a pink works a lot better on a black background, but because it just jumps out at you. Okay, so for the trade tracker, as you can see, oh, and also you can adjust the font for each of those. So if you can't really see E15, you can actually trade label text font. You can adjust this to like a 15 pixel, and price label, you can adjust this to like a 10 pixel. So you can see that entry 15 is a lot more viewable right now. Okay, so basically what this says, this is the entry, this is the trade number, this is the price, this is the stop, this is the price of the stop, target 1, target 2, target 3, and the prices for each of the lines as well. Okay, and the way we logged these trades, and the people that already have it, they already know how to do this. Basically, let's just say we entered from this candle right here and we went 4 ticks above. So we saw the entry here, we click the tool button, we click the entry, we went 4 ticks above, which is a full point, bam. So as you can see, this logged it automatically. So we just put in the entry and the stop location, and since we have it in the contract 1, contract 2, and contract 3, we have this enabled, use stop to target ratio, and the stop to target ratio is 1:1, 1:2, and 1:3. So that means our target 1 is a 1:1 stop to target ratio, our target 2 is a 1:2 stop to target ratio, and our target 3 is a 1:3 stop to target ratio. That's basically it. And we just go through and we found the trades and we click them. And obviously what we do, we use this as a journaling software as well. So we do this after we finish our trading day or in between our trading day. If we don't have anything happening, we're just staring at a blank chart, doing nothing, twiddling our thumbs, we log our trades. And we do this because then we get to access all the statistics. Now, all these statistics, you get the summary, which is position 1, 2, and 3 all together. Then you get each trade with all the details that you need, which is the instrument, entry date, entry time, entry price, if it's a long or a short, stop price, and you just get a whole bunch of stuff in here that there's no really much point in me going through it all the way. If it's a win or a loss, total, R total, 1R total, R multiple, and the trade P&L, cumulative profit, and cumulative profit in currency. And then you can get each of these separate as well. So you have this at your disposal from now on. You have the trades and you have the statistics as well. So you can study these as much as possible and just dive into these. Obviously, to get the contracts, you need to get the 4 different contracts to be able to see the statistics. You need to launch these on the 4 different contracts, on the 0618, 0918, 1218, and 0319. Okay, so if you make a mistake on logging a trade, do you just delete the levels and it deletes it from the backtesting if we want to keep it in the backtesting? Okay, so perfect question, Ron. I need to delete this anyway because it's not part of my backtesting. So we find the trade number. This one's 15, 16, and 17. So we find the trade number. We go to show statistics. We go to trades. We find trade 17, which is this one. We click on it. We click the button, and then we say delete selected trades. And that trade is gone. We come back to the chart and it's not to be seen. Okay. I think that's it for today, guys. I've held you here for 1 hour and 5 minutes. Do you guys have any questions? All right, Ron. If you don't find your answers in the recording, hit me up on Skype, okay, and I'll help you out. John, having trouble reloading the trade files. Okay, did you take the trade tracker off the chart? Meaning, go to indicators and removing the trade tracker. Remove, bam, like that. Okay. Okay, so to find us on Skype, if you have questions on this sort of stuff, to find us on Skype, it's just go to Skype, and I said I was going to show you guys. Okay. So we're inside of Skype. We search for people, and we go expert trading programmers. Right, and obviously I can't find myself. So you search for expert trading programmers, then you click enter, and it's going to show up in the people or groups, and you select it, and it should be the name Adrian T, and click on that and just add us to your Skype list. Yeah, Ron. So when you're done with your trading day, yeah, just try to connect and let me know how that goes, okay? Perfect. Okay, do you guys have any other questions? Okay, Ron has one quick question, and then we'll shut the room down. That was actually leading up to actually using oblique structure. What do you mean, Raymond? Yes, will a new purchase be posted? A new link? A new purchase link? Is that what you meant? Yes, the Ray Series bundle. The Ray Series bundle price. Yes, we'll update that link tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be our last webinar, and inside of that webinar, actually, today's Wednesday, right? Yes, tomorrow is going to be our last webinar, and inside of that webinar, we'll go through the entire offer, and I'll send you guys the purchase link. Yes, I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but Bob, thank you for mentioning that. Very, very important, guys. Enable Flash in your Chrome or in your Firefox or whatever you're using. Enable Flash Player. I think it's Flash Player 5. And that really does help a lot. Thanks, Bob, for mentioning that. Raymond, I saw that you were typing something else in. I'm not sure if you want to, if I stopped you halfway through. Okay, perfect. All right, guys. Well, thanks for your time today. This was a good webinar, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10:30, I think. No, thank you, Ron. Again, if you have any questions, hit us up on Skype with the installs and blah, blah, blah. And I'll send you guys today, I'll send you the ETP MACD cross. No, you have an awesome rest of your day, Ron. Don't steal my words. All right, I'll send you guys the ETP cross with the ETP MACD cross with the backtesting video that we already have, as well as the recording for today's webinar. And we're going to try to find a way to actually send you guys the entire workspace with everything, with all the lines on it. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I'm very, very hopeful that we can send that to you guys so you can have the entire backtesting. Have an awesome rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.